Hey everybody, welcome to Workforce Gaming. I'm Brad, here with Doug.
Hi.
This is a little weird. We don't normally
hmm
talk about phone games,
No, we
or
don't.
mobile games, or whatever you call them. Neither one of us ever bothers with these, I don't think. I think the only one I ever played was like 8 years ago. I attempted to play a Dead Space one and
Oh
gave up.
no. That's like
But
when Resident Evil 4 had one too.
yeah, but I think this is a little bit different, and
Yeah.
that is Florence. Is it just called Florence, or does it have some weird subtitle?
No, it's just called Florence, the relationship. No, it's just Florence.
And so I saw that this was from the guys who did Monument Valley, which again, I
Yeah.
don't follow phone games, but I know that's one of the better phone games.
Oh
And
wow. You really don't play phone games. You haven't played Monument Valley.
no,
That's like the one.
I think I have Tetris on my phone, and that is it. And I play that sometimes if I can't fall asleep. I'm just like, I'll play Tetris for 20, 30 minutes. But anyway, so this Florence thing, like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Florence is a game that is published by Annapurna, who is now my
Oh,
favorite
yep.
publisher.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they did Edith Finch. They're doing
Donut
a
County.
bunch. Yeah, yeah, they're doing a bunch of cool games. Like pretty much any game they're publishing, you should get. And that's actually was kind of my thought. Is like I'm just moving forward. I'm going to buy any Annapurna game. Um, and I just heard about Florence. People are talking about it. And it's kind of like, oh, it's like Journey. It's one of those ones that'll make you rethink games. Florence is a game about a relationship, and basically the story is like you quote unquote play as a woman in her mid 20s, get in your relationship, and then getting out of that relationship, and that's the whole game.
Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
So does it play out more like a Telltale-ish game, like kind of that style, where it's just like you're kind of doing conversation options, or like
Oh no,
what?
there's no talking. There's no talking. There's no decision making. There's no.
So what do you
Um,
do? What makes
you
this?
have no agency in the story.
But okay, so like, are you just like controlling this character like around the world or something? Like, what are you doing?
No, that's so fun. It's so funny because it's like literally because that is like the thing. Those are the exact questions I would ask. Like when I was like reading about this game, it's literally none of that stuff. It's like what it is. It's kind of written a comic book story. It's kind of like going through a motion comic.
Oh, okay.
Um, and like so like you see her day, so you need to brush her teeth. So you waggle, you like kind of brush the toothbrush back and forth for
Oh,
her to
okay.
brush her teeth. You play a small mini game for her, like going to work, which is like tapping on numbers in Excel.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
and you have a conversation where you're saying they're putting puzzle pieces to fill in a like you're so the one guy she meets, he says a thing, and you fill in the puzzle piece to say something back to him.
Oh, okay. So like weird little mini games essentially.
Yeah, kind of. They're like little mini games that are very simple. Like this game has like no difficult. Don't even think about this. If you're one of the people who's like, "Where's the gameplay in this game?" Like just turn this off. Just don't stop listening. Like you're done. Just don't. Just this is not for you. It's not. Um, but it's kind of cool because it takes those little mini games and then it does like kind of unique little twists on them to sort of describe the character's emotional state they're in at that time. So if you're bored at work, the work mini game works a little bit different. It's also a little boring. So if your conversation is getting a little heated, it moves a little bit faster or slower or easier or harder depending on the harshness of the conversation or the just or if it's a happy conversation or a bad conversation or this or that. It's kind of like you're playing these little mini games, essentially reading quote unquote a motion comic, as it's going from like you meet the guy to you're with the guy towards you're breaking up with the guy, and honestly, it's really like an emotional gut punch. Playing these little mini games because how they it's basically they show you these little mini games and like the little twists on them really hurt near the end. It's kind of like it's kind of like we were talking before when we were talking about Shadow of the Colossus, like needing to let go at the end of Shadow of the Colossus, or
Gotcha.
needing to pull the trigger at the end of Metal Gear Solid 3, or need it's like a game of just that.
So there's more than one of those moments, not just necessarily that ending moment of pulling the trigger or falling or letting go of the rail in Shadow of the Colossus. There's more to it than that, more than just
yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah, and it's not just the sad and epic finale. It's just like the little moments are too. So it's kind of weird, like the rhythm of you actually kind of swiping and playing the game with the difficulty of the puzzle you're playing, with the context the puzzle is put in. Um, it's those sort of like smaller moments, not just these big bombastic moments. And it's not like you're gonna like bring out a sword and like swipe the guy in the face to message like your heart getting cut in two sort of thing. Like it's nothing like that. It's very realistic and it's like it's just a very neat portrayal, and it's kind of cool because it kind of feels like oh, you can use these sort of simple gameplay mechanics and then use them in an interesting way. Like other games, like bigger games, just don't. Like in Horizon, you're shooting arrows the entire game. Like it doesn't matter what arrow you're shooting, you kind of make the moment in Horizon of like, oh, I
Yeah.
just shot that guy. But they don't like at the end play with your arrow shooting mechanic to make a big story point. And like this game, it would just be that.
So I'm getting more of a sense of like, so what just popped in my mind is Brothers, the one where you play as the two brothers at the
Yes.
end.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. Because those moments are always really cool where there's a
Yeah.
subtle change to things, and I don't think that's used nearly as much as it could be.
Yeah.
So
So mhm.
yeah, so phone game doing all this, like, is this something you wish wasn't on a phone, or is it like fine on a
No.
phone? Okay,
No,
phone.
it's like I don't even think you could play it like not on a phone because I think it's like I was saying it's kind of like a motion comic. It's like it's the act of flipping through a motion
Oh,
comic
okay.
like they kind of play with as well. That it wouldn't make sense to play on anything else but a phone. And it's really neat. And it's just like and kind of like when it ends, you're like you're never. I think when it ended too, I wasn't like that's it. I was like oh okay that makes sense. It's a short game. It feels like even though it is like 20 minutes to a half hour long or whatever, like it feels like okay that was a nice little $3 experience kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and like if this, I guess if it came to Switch, but like it's so not like it's so different than just like normal games. I would be like, oh yeah, it just should be on every system. Like playing this on with a controller wouldn't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see a reason not to play this game. I think if like anybody's ever been in any sort of serious relationship, it is a moving game. It's an interesting game. It does a lot of cool things with the gameplay mechanics, and it's $3, and it's like worth like whatever episode of Parks and Rec you're gonna watch tonight. Just play this instead.
Parks and Rec's
Yeah,
pretty good. I don't know.
it is. I've been rewatching Parks and Rec
That's
recently, which made me think of
that's actually have been doing the same thing. Interestingly enough.
that. Yeah, I actually did get to play this with my girlfriend. It was definitely neat, like kind of seeing some of the things that kind of come up in your own relationships, and when you can like work through those things or not, sort of thing. So
Hmm.
I think it's a really cool game. I think it's definitely an emotional gut punch if you've been in a relationship, in any sort of relationship. So just be prepared for emotions and stuff. Yeah, it's a good game.
Cool. Well, we are Workforce Gaming. You can find us on on Twitter at Workforce Gaming. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or wherever else you're listening, and we will see you later.
Bye.